Tonight we report on a plea from the suspect in the February 15th shooting in Moses Lake, and a Moses Lake woman wins big on a lottery scratch ticket. What's happening in sports, Bob?
Thanks, Alan. Moses Lake's Madison Molitor was crowned state champ in the 50 free, and we continue our coverage of the 27th annual MAT Classic Championships. Let's take a peek at our Weather Center forecast.
Good to be with you, everybody. Unsettled weather develops overnight across the immediate region, but there is some relief in store. I'll bring you all the details in a few moments.
I'm Alan Troop, and we have all this and much more on iFiber One News.
From the iFiber One HD studio here in the heart of the Columbia Basin, this is iFiber One News, your #1 source for local news, sports headlines, and our very own Weather Center forecast covering the entire Columbia Basin. This is iFiber One News, and it starts now.
Argamiro Flores pleaded not guilty on Tuesday morning to shooting a man and a boy on the Alder Fill. The 21-year-old Moses Lake man is charged in Grant County Superior Court with 2 counts of assault in the first degree in connection with the February 15th attack. He is being held in the Grant County Jail on $1 million bail. Flores reportedly shot a 30-year-old man and a 17-year-old boy after a group of gang members attacked a friend on the Alder Fill near Knowles Vista Drive. According to Moses Lake Police, Flores and a gang member were riding BMX bicycles near Washington Federal Bank when a group of reported rival gang members began following them and insulting them. The men in the car, including the 2 victims, allegedly followed Flores and his friend to the Alder Fill. The car stopped and 3 males, including a 30-year-old Moses Lake man and a 17-year-old boy, got out of the car and reportedly began fighting with Flores' friend. Flores reportedly drew a .380 pistol and shot and injured the man and the teenager. A literacy carnival was recently held in Soap Lake designed to make reading more fun with local authors on hand and hundreds of books for sale. Reporter Jeff Chu has the details.
It's a celebration of books and literacy in Soap Lake. School Principal Sunshine Rutherford says the annual Literacy Carnival at Soap Lake Elementary School is a festive occasion that makes reading more than fun.
The idea of the Literacy Carnival is to get kids and parents looking and getting access to books. So, I mean, the key in elementary is being able to teach reading and have those kids get those skills. And to do that, we need to involve the families. And so we want to make it fun for the kids and the families. We want to give them an opportunity to get books, and that's why we provide the meal, to get more people here and just have a good time.
Rutherford pulled kitchen detail, dishing out spaghetti dinner to the many families who showed up in the school cafeteria for the event. The event drew a lively crowd in the school's gymnasium where the music, teachers in fish hats, and other decorations drew an under-the-sea theme. For the Drylanders, Heartline author and co-writer of Cowboy Mac rounds up his boots, engaged young readers by reading to them. Nearby was Coulee City book illustrator and artist Don Nutt, who had a long line of youngsters waiting to have their portraits drawn. Nutt illustrated the Cowboy Mac book, and Connie Tyler Isaac co-wrote it with Karen Cooper. In the Soap Lake School's library, hundreds of books were on sale from youth to adults. I'm Jeff Chu for iFiber One News. Sugar.
A Moses Lake man is serving more than 2 years in prison for helping to lure a man to a home and rob him. Angel Avalos, a 21-year-old man, pleaded guilty in Grant County Superior Court to robbery. Prosecutors dropped the charges of kidnapping and assault as part of a plea agreement. Avalos has no previous felony convictions and was sentenced to 2 years and 7 months. Avalos is the final person to be sentenced in connection to the June 2014 robbery. The victim reported talking with a woman on a Moses Lake escort website. He arranged to meet the woman at a residence early in the morning. When he arrived, the woman led him inside. 2 men came into the home with guns and demanded money from the victim. The victim gave the man $400 in cash, his passport, and his debit card. They let the man leave about an hour later. Friday the 13th was a lucky day for Patricia Holm of Moses Lake. On February 13th, she won a $1 million prize after scratching the winning Gem 7's ticket. She purchased the ticket earlier in the week from Leprechaun Harvest Foods. She said she asked her boss to double-check the ticket, and before the news was completely sunk in, Holmes said she told her 2 children. Holmes said she plans to use some of the money to help others. She also shared she's going to use a portion of the money to have a little fun by going to Las Vegas with her friends. This isn't the first time Holmes has won Washington's lottery. She told lottery officials she won $1,000 a month ago playing scratch game Solid Gold and $5,000 a few years ago playing the scratch game Bring On the Bends. And now we take a look at people being sought by law enforcement.
This is Sheriff Tom Jones with the Grant County Sheriff's Office. Each of the people you see here have a warrant for their arrest. If you see any of these people, we ask you do not attempt to detain or apprehend them, but call us at 509-762-1160 or send us an email at crimetips@co.grant.wa.us. If the person is presenting a danger, call 911. With your help, we can bring these people to justice and make our community safer.
Short break. We'll be back right after this.
At Moses Lake Community Health Center, we have had the privilege to serve the local communities since 1978.
What I like about working at this clinic more than any other clinic that I've worked at is the patient care. With the patient care team that we've assembled, it allows us to take care of as many facets of the patient and their family's needs.
Please take the opportunity to experience the high-quality care provided at our clinics.
When you find out about the DQ $5 lunch, all this food for only $5, you gotta tell people about it. So I situated nice. Frosty drink next to this juicy grilled burger and fries. Get my sundae, boom. I just dropped a $5 lunchogram on all my friends. Get ready for a little $5 envy.
Michael, we like your style. The $5 lunch, entree, fries, drink, plus a sundae. Only at your DQ. This is fan food, not fast food.
Good to be with you, everybody. I'm Ceci Gutierrez with your local weather report from the One News Weather Center. And it is brought to you by your Belle Clary Toyota dealer. Toyota, let's go places. Let's begin with a quick look at your headlines. Rain develops overnight tonight, keeping this unsettled weather pattern during the next couple of days. A series of chilly upper-level disturbances impacting our conditions, resulting in light mountain snow and along the lower elevations, the potential for rain. And we do have a warm front tapping into some Pacific moisture overnight tonight. Temperatures topped out during the past 24 hours around 51, the low 25, average in the mid 40s. Now across Moses Lake, a similar scenario, average high in the upper 40s and the high registered at around 51, sunset 5:36. Here's a quick peek at the conditions right outside your door. Mostly cloudy skies. Now we are anticipating for the rain to develop within the next few hours. Temperatures around the 50-degree mark with a light southerly breeze at around 5 miles per hour. Now we notice heavy rains along western portions of our state, northwestern Oregon. Gray skies dominating much of the region. And in the northwest, looking at even some snow across the area, western portions of Montana. Now in a scattered form as we head into this Thursday, Friday night, we're expecting for conditions to improve considerably. And the weekend looking pretty quiet and dry for now. Now as we head into Monday, again, another shot of snow cannot be ruled out with the potential for lower elevation rain. Here's a quick look at what we're expecting for this Thursday afternoon across the entire area with some cloud cover and also the temperatures across the Tri-Cities area around the 50-degree mark. Here's a closer look along the basin for this Thursday afternoon, partly to mostly cloudy skies, readings around the lower 50s with 49 across northeastern portions of the basin. Here's a quick look and a quick recap once again. During the next few days, we're expecting for the weekend to be pretty quiet. Conditions drying up a bit more. The temperatures hanging in there around 50 for Saturday, 49 on Sunday. Now as we head into Monday, we could be in store for another shot of snow along the area mountains and the potential for rain, including our immediate region across the basin. Readings around the upper 40s, cooler air mass as we head into this Tuesday. This segment brought to you by your Bud Clary Toyota dealer. Toyota, let's go places. We'll be right back with sports.
What better way to start the new year than in a new Toyota? We're making it easier than ever with 3 ways to save. Your choice of financing as low as 0%, up to $2,500 in customer cash back, or low payment leases on your favorite Toyota model, like RAV4, now just $199 per month. Just pick your favorite Toyota, the best savings options for you, and drive away. It's that easy, so start your year right. For full details, see any of your Inland Empire Toyota dealers today. Toyota, let's go places.
Warden and Moses Lake wrestlers weren't the only athletes bringing home state hardware. The Chiefs senior Madison Molitor edged Kamiakin's Eben Schumann by 12/100ths of a second to capture the 50 freestyle competition. Big Nine Swimmer of the Year Brendan Eslick made a strong showing at the meet. He placed second and set a school record with a time of 1:42.76 in the 200 freestyle. Zach Johnson finished 7th in the 200 individual medley and set a school record as well. The Chiefs placed 5th with 149 team points. Newport was team champ with 199. Warden and Quincy wrestlers turned in strong performances at the just concluded MAT Classic. Reporter Sean Wells has an in-depth look at how they fared.
The Warden Cougars finished first in state in the 1B, 2B division, winning by an outstanding 46.5 points. Jeremy Reyes at 195 pounds and Tyson Yamani at 126 pounds took home first place trophies for the Cougars. Warden head coach Brent Cox says his wrestlers deserve all the credit.
Oh man, Warden has a long tradition of wrestling, and this is my second year as coach, and I took over a group of kids that just have that drive. Work hard in the room. I usually don't have to ask them to work hard. They just get after it and make things happen. They're an amazing group of kids.
State champion Tyson Yamani couldn't believe the atmosphere at the MAT Classic.
It's unbelievable. It's hard to explain. It really is. Put all these people here in this big arena, and great things can happen, man. It's unbelievable.
Right after a state victory, Warden's already thinking about a repeat next season.
We're junior heavy, so next year, we're even more. It's a pretty awesome group.
Quincy finished 17th in the 2A division, but had 3 senior wrestlers all take home medals. Andy Vargas finished 4th at 152 pounds, Stephen Gomez finished 8th at 170 pounds, and Cade Wallace placed 6th at 182 pounds. Quincy head coach Greg Martinez was proud of the senior wrestlers.
Vargas had a great tournament. Won his first 2 matches, pinned in the second round. Wrestled a real tough semifinals match against Brent Evans, and lost that and came back and won his next one. So a lot of heart showed by all of them. They all had to overcome a loss and come back and get another win, and they did that. So.
For Fiber One News, Sean Wells.
Well, be sure and set your dial on Channel 1 for our live coverage of Big Bend basketball. The Lady Vikings tip off the action at 6. We'll be right back after this.
Hello, my name is Cheryl Kono. I am your local Ephrata Farmers Insurance Agent. Here at Cheryl Kono Insurance Agency, our customers always come first. We don't just work here, we live here. Please stop by the office, call, email, or Facebook me for a free auto, home, life, business, or farm and ranch quote today. We are insurance. We are farmers. Come in for a free quote today.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Well, one thing I knew from being a patient myself was that a dental office is a scary place to come to. And so we wanted everything possible to make sure that our office is a comfortable place for our patients to visit. The patients that I have, my clients, have made me a part of this community, and we want to give back in every way possible.
Our spotlight story tonight is about FFA students at Ephrata High School who are getting a hands-on lesson in the world of agriculture. Reporter Jeff Chu has the story.
It's that time of year when the sheep are lambing and the pigs deliver their litter. At Ephrata High School's agriculture barn, the cute factor is top pen, you could say. It's also a major learning experience for the future Farmers of America students in Tara Smith's agriculture classes.
Here. They're gonna be like, it's my first time in the dirt. You guys get to be away from your mommy in like 3 days.
For Ephrata 10th grader Rain Pond, raising a sheep from a lamb for showing at Grant County Fair was fun. Rain, who is among most of the students who have assisted in birthing lambs and piglets, recalled her first experience with helping a sheep give birth at the barn.
It's really hard, but it's fun. After you do it, you're like, oh, I just helped an animal give birth. I feel very accomplished.
Rain elaborated on her experience.
I helped give birth, like I pulled it out with gloves, and it's a process. You have to, first you have to get at least enough legs out to pull it out, and then you have to get the head out. And then you have to get the rest of it out, which is easy, but the heads are always really big, and the areas aren't very big, so you have to like stretch and fix without breaking or bruising anything.
Ephrata High's agriculture science teacher, Tara Smith, who instructs students in veterinary science, introduction to agriculture, and floral design, described what the school's barn is all about.
We have the barn as it's basically a giant science lab with living animals, and they're learning how to properly raise and breed and take care of animals, and to also apply the skills that we learn in classroom to real life situations.
There's no shortage of farm animals for the FFA students to learn through a so-called supervised agriculture experience. Smith says the barn and corral at present have 14 ewes, a ram, and 15 lambs, with another ewe ready to lamb. In the barn's pens are 2 sows, 16 piglets still nursing, and 12 market hogs that will be fattened up to sell in a month. The barn provides a place where city-dwelling students can participate in real animal husbandry.
And they do all of the care. They give all of the injections that start the day after they're born, and they dock the tails and band the testicles, and they tag the ears. That's with the lambs, and with the pigs they also do those injections.
2 other Ephrata High School students said they hope to apply what they learn at the barn to their futures.
For the longest time I wanted to be a veterinarian, but more and more I would probably want to be an agriculture teacher so I can help students in the further generations to just become farmers and just get into it.
We pretty much were here helping the piglets come out for the first sow. It was definitely something different. Never done that before. It smelled really bad. But once we were all said and done, and I learned a lot of things from it, and a lot of things I could take off into my life after high school.
I'm Jeff Chu for iFiber One News.
We'll be right back after this.
Have you been to iFiber1.com? The most up-to-date news in the Columbia Basin is just one click away. With news, sports, and weather, you can stay in the know with what's going on in your community. Read your news on the go by visiting iFiber1.com on your tablet or even your phone. Follow us on Facebook for quick updates and discuss the news with others in our area. Your #1 news source in the Columbia Basin is iFiber1.com. Check it out today. What's white and yellow and red all over? If you said the local book telephone directory, the one with the purple sunset on the cover, then you're right. In print and online at statewideyp.com, it features up-to-date local maps, community information, and a calendar of events. With a restaurant dining guide with full local menus and a reverse directory, you're sure to find the number you're looking for. It's the best way to get the information you need. Pick up a copy of the local book today or visit statewideyp.com.
welcome back. The Moses Lake School District is bringing back summer school for students needing help before moving to the next grade. The program is open to students in grades 3 through 12, but is aimed at helping third graders who are struggling with reading comprehension meet the basic standards to move to the 4th grade. Part of the funding comes from State Senate Bill 5946, which expands learning opportunities for students with disabilities. The rest comes from new federal funds released as part of a program connected to educational standards. The district has not finalized when summer school will start or where it will be held. They expect to use 2 elementary schools on both sides of Moses Lake to make student transportation easier. The summer classes should start within a few weeks of the end of the regular school year. The district is expecting to send information about summer school to parents by the end of April. Prosecutors dropped felony charges against a woman accused of ordering 45 tons of hay and not paying for it. Prosecutors asked for the charge of theft in the first degree to be dismissed against Carrie Ank, a 53-year-old Springdale woman. Chief Deputy Prosecutor Alan White stated they plan to refile the case in Grant County District Court, where she will be charged with theft in the 3rd degree. Defense attorney Lillian Couture recently filed a motion to dismiss, claiming the Grant County Sheriff's Office should have collected 31 tons of hay as part of a search warrant. If the judge decided the evidence couldn't be presented to a jury, White said the case would need to be dismissed and the victim wouldn't receive any restitution. Ank reportedly asked to purchase 45 tons of hay for the Shepherd's Way Animal Rescue in Springdale in 2014. She allegedly agreed to pay the victim, but gave the driver a donation receipt for the hay instead. In Northwest news, Alaska is officially the 3rd state to legalize marijuana. But while legalization brought excitement to some residents, it led to confusion for others. Reporter Abby Hancock explains.
As a medical marijuana card holder, February 24th doesn't look much different for Peter Beachy.
These are caramels.
He says he's been consuming cannabis since 2008 for chronic pain from sports injuries. But although not a lot changes for him, this day is still exciting.
Today, people get to decide for themselves, at least in Alaska.
Marijuana possession is now legal in Alaska. Adults 21 and older can possess up to an ounce of pot and 6 plants. But consumption cannot happen in public. The voter-approved ballot initiative failed to define what a public place is, so the Alcoholic Beverage Control Board met just hours after the law took effect to adopt a definition. It includes schools, parks, highways, places of business, a place that's not a residence.
The board met and made this one emergency regulation to make sure that everyone in Alaska understands where you can and cannot consume marijuana.
On legalization day, Anchorage Assembly members took up another related matter, public testimony on a proposal to ban dangerous THC extraction. One person said the ordinance was too ambiguous.
My concern is that folks will read this and they will not be clear on what they can and cannot lawfully do in their own home.
In the end,
Mr. Evans?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
The Assembly unanimously passed the ordinance as written.
That is approved 9-0.
Banning people within the municipality from hash oil production for safety reasons.
There are a lot of things with marijuana that are happening all on top of one another.
A lot happening as legalization sets in.
For a lot of people, it's a big sigh of relief because they've chosen throughout the years, despite the trouble that they could get into and despite the persecution, they've still chosen the healthy alternative of cannabis.
And as Alaska steps away from marijuana prohibition,
I might get a call later and celebrate with some friends.
there's still a lot that's up in the air.
And that's going to do it for us here at I-501 News. We want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you again tomorrow.